What's going on, guys? Gavin the Grace here. So, it is currently winter, it's January, and, well, it's cold out, right? So here, I guess, are some tips on how to stay warm, but, still do the Gracer style when I don't even know how cold it is right now. I really don't know. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm going to be doing today is tips on how to stay cold, or not cold, how to stay warm, and still do the Gracer style, but winter. I do plan on doing a summertime and a fall autumn time, but when it gets there, I will do it, but it's currently not fall or summer, it's winter, but let's get on with it. Alright, so one of the main things that I like wearing in wintertime is some sort of flat cap or a beanie or a skull cap. One of those three main things I like wearing in winter. So currently right now I am wearing a flat cap. Alright, flat caps are very old school. Alright, they're definitely a part of the greaser subculture back in the 50s. And not only will they keep your head warm, for one, but for two, they're very old school and it looks fucking badass, I think. Especially if you get long sideburns like this and you put a flat cap on, it's gonna go great, in my opinion at least. But yeah, I like wearing skull caps in winter, flat caps, and not really so much beanies, but sometimes I wear beanies from time to time. That's just me, but yeah, that's mainly what I like wearing for hats is the skull cap, beanie, and flat caps. You dig? Alright, so let's get into the neck area. How can you keep your neck warm? Well, I have a simple answer for that. It's very simple. Just a scarf, literally. Believe it or not, all you gotta wear is a scarf. We don't have to wear a scarf, but I'm just saying, if you want to keep your neck warm, you're going outside, you're going to shovel the driveway, or you're doing whatever, and it's very cold out, it's snowing, and you want to keep your neck warm, well, a scarf is going to work for that, because that's its main purpose, is to keep your neck warm. I really don't know what else you'd use a scarf for, but for that purpose, so. This is my scarf that I use. It's kind of like a flannel design color of the red and black flannel design color. Yeah, very simple. All you do is put it around your neck like this. I like to put it around my neck like that, like so. And then normally I'll have a coat on, and I zip the coat over the scarf, so it kind of, blends it in together, But, yeah. So, yeah, scarf, very, very simple. It's all you need, and it should keep your neck warm. At least for the most part, if you're outside doing whatever. Alright, so now let's get into the top half, How can you keep that warm? Well, a leather jacket's not going to cover it. I hate to tell you. I hate to break it to you. If you're just thinking, oh, well, leather jacket's going to work, it's not. You're going to need more than that. Yeah, leather jacket's warm, but it's not going to hold up all the time, especially if there's wind chills outside and it's going to be cold and all that other stuff. It's not going to hold up well. You're going to need something over that to keep yourself warm. And one of those things I like wearing to kind of bring in with the leather jacket is a flannel. Alright? So I have a few flannels that I'll show you here. This one I haven't even really worn yet. I got it on Christmas Day. It's like a black, white, got some shades of white in there, and, a red flannel. It's kind of like the other black flannel I have, but, yeah. So, yeah, it's a simple, normal black and white flannel. Got this on Christmas. Really never worn it yet, because I haven't really had the need to use a flannel yet. It hasn't been too cold, and now it's starting to kind of get cold again, so I'm probably going to bust out some flannels soon. So, yeah, there's that flannel. I'm not going to show every single flannel, because I kind of own a lot of flannels. Not a completely a lot amount, but I own kind of a big amount. And then we got this flannel here. This is one of my very first flannels I ever bought. It's, just a red, blue, and white combination. So, yeah. And then my red and black flannel, which is the same design on my scarf, is just that flannel. So it's the same pretty much design. Pretty much. It's just the same design as this. Nothing different. It's the same design as this. Red and black. But it's just on my flannel. So yeah. Normally I like to put on a flannel. I'll put a shirt on. I don't have too much long sleeve shirts. I'm not too much of a fan of long sleeve shirts, but if it's completely cold out, I'll throw on a long sleeve shirt, put my scarf on, put a flannel on, and then to kind of, wrap it all in, I will put on my leather jacket to kind of, wrap it all in. And this leather jacket is called, the brand of it is called Milwaukee Leather, and I got it off I can't remember where I got it from. I think I got it off of Amazon. Yeah. I got it off of Amazon a very long time, kind of a long time ago. The jacket is like 3 years old now, and it still holds up great. That's the good thing about real leather, is that it holds up great. Like, after all the shit you put it through, it still kind of, works out in the end. I want to get a bomber jacket. I'm probably going to get a bomber jacket soon. I really want to get one. Those are very old school as well. But I don't have one currently, and it's cold out, and I can't really wear any other jacket because I'll freeze pretty much. So, leather jacket is where it comes in. You dig? Alright, so now let's get into gloves. What gloves do I wear? Well, I only really wear one pair of gloves because, well, that's the only gloves that really work for winter. And that is a simple, nice black pair of leather gloves. Alright, very, very simple. This is all you do, guys. You don't have to go fancy with the clothing. Grecians don't really have fancy clothing. It was kind of really basic because most guys back in the 50s were poor. They didn't have a lot of money. And they were lower class working people. But, yeah. Nice pair of black leather gloves will help you through the winter time. Alright, you just slip them on like so. And these gloves I found also on Amazon. I think I paid about $11 for them, $11 for them. It was $9 originally, but with tax, $2 extra, so $11. So, yeah, that's what they look like. It's not the best thing. It's if you're outside for a long time, it's probably not going to keep you warm the whole time. But at least it'll kind of keep your hands a little warm. When you're outside and it's cold out, and well, you get it, yeah. So yeah, normal black pair of leather gloves works really well for winter, at least in my opinion. And it looks cool too, if you got the leather jacket on, you got the gloves, you got the scarf, and you got the whole thing, it looks good, in my opinion. Alright, so, now let's get into the lower half. What about pants? Well, particularly in winter, I like wearing jeans and jeans only. Typically because jeans, the jeans I wear are a little bit tighter. They're going to keep you warm. They're not skinny jeans, not any of that bullshit, but they're like tight jeans. Not completely tight, but tight at least where I can still move in them. Alright? And the jeans I wear slim straight jeans. Alright? So they're tight, but they're not completely tight. Alright? But they're at least warm enough to, they're warm and I can at least move in them, so they're not completely skinny and tight. Alright. Now, what about socks and shoes? What about those? Well, typically for socks, I like to wear, it depends on how cold it is. Sometimes I'll wear 2 pairs of socks. Sometimes I'll wear 1 pair of socks. It kind of depends on how cold it is. If it's really cold, I will throw on 2 pairs of socks. If it's not that cold out and the wind chill's not really that bad, then I'll only wear 1 pair of socks. It kind of depends on what the day is and how cold it's going to be outside, typically. So, yeah, I don't really need to show you socks. They're just socks. And what about boots and shoes? Well, typically, I only really wear 1 pair of shoes the whole winter, but I do change it up from time to time. And that boot is very classical, very old school. It's like one of the most common boots you'll see a greaser wearing in winter. Or at least at any time, really, because I like wearing them in summertime, too. They really don't matter to me. and that is engineer boots. All right, iconic. These are one of the most classical boots you can see a greaser wearing. Whether it's winter, mainly winter, but you know some cats out there like wearing them in summertime. Personally, I like wearing them in summertime. You know, if it's not too hot, I'll wear them and bust them out because it's been a long time because I haven't worn them since winter. But right now, it's the perfect time to wear them because, well, it's winter and it's cold out. And, you want something to keep your feet warm. These will definitely do the trick. You throw on 2 pairs of socks or 1 pair of socks and you wear engineer boots, definitely going to keep you warm. All right, so it's a go-go. It's a win-win, pretty much. So, yeah. And these engineer boots, I got them from a company called Dingo Engineer Boots. This is a very old school company. All right, it was made in 1969 for the company's year, and they've pretty much been a company since then. So, very classical, very old school engineer boots. You dig? That's pretty much it, really. But if I do go through an alternative shoe, I wear these shoes. And these shoes that I have right here are one of my favorite shoes of all time. They're very old school. And those would be my Chuck Taylors, Converse, high tops. I like high tops specifically. I don't really buy low tops because I just don't like low tops. High tops are kind of my thing. So, yeah. Chuck Taylors, very old school shoe. And if it's winter, I normally wear engineer boots or Chuck Taylors. I don't go anything else but those two because, well, for one, they're very old school. And for two, at least Chuck Taylors will still kind of keep you warm, at least if you have high tops. But yeah, the dock shoes, the worker shoes, I don't really wear those because, well, it's not really going to keep me warm. Yeah, they look cool, but they're not really going to keep me warm. I want something, if I wear something in winter, I want something that's going to keep me warm and still be old school to go with the subculture. And that's where Chuck Taylor's kind of comes in. So, yeah. So, low tops were a thing in the 50s. If you want to wear low tops, you can wear low tops. Me personally, I like high tops because high tops are just my thing. So, yeah, nice pair of Chuck Converse high tops or low tops, whatever you like. But, yeah, as far as colors go, I would mainly stick with the traditional classical black and white, the canvas with the rubber, none of the leather shit, none of that, breeches, that wasn't at all a part of it, the leather shit, but all black shit, none of that. All right, but what is old school is the traditional old school classic of rubber and canvas. All right, simple. I'd also go with the white pair of Chuck Converse. I don't really wear white stuff because with white stuff, it kind of gets dirty quickly. And that's why they don't wear white stuff. But I wouldn't mind having, a backup pair of white Chuck Converse. But Chucks in general, very great shoe. And I think if you have high tops, at least, you should be able to wear them in winter because they at least keep your feet warm. Just like engineer boots would, except they're a little bit short. They're obviously a little bit shorter. Engineer boots are. And that's pretty much going to do it. All right, that's my winter, look. That's how it really looks. I'm not going to put everything on because I don't really feel like doing that. But that's kind of the look of it. That's kind of what I would wear as part from the hats to the shirts, flannels, shirts, jackets, pants, shoes, boots. That's kind of the whole thing for me. That's the whole layout for me on what I would wear. You dig? Hope you enjoy this video, cats.